Coming up on today's show, we're going to talk a little Disney news and we're going to play a little game of Would You Rather Disney World Edition. That's coming up today on Traveling with the Mouse. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 418 of Traveling with the Mouse LLC podcast. My name is Adam, and I am joined today by my wonderful co-hosts, John.
You are not the first to pass this way, nor shall you be the last. And then somebody was the last.
Indeed, somebody was.
Yes.
And we also have Jason.
Why, hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Whenever this is you're listening.
You know, I guess technically there have been other people to pass that way when it became frozen because they used the exact same track, just different sections, right?
So people are still passing that way.
People are still passing that way. I guess I just gave away what the line was from.
It's a Maelstrom reference, yes. Indeed. For those who may not have known.
Who may not
For
have
those who are too young. Yeah, Epcot frozen.
For too young.
Yeah. We have young listeners, possibly. Actually, I don't know if we do.
Or maybe you weren't into Disney then either.
Yeah, well. So, yes, we're going to have a fun Labor Day episode today. We're going to labor for you on Labor Day.
Yes,
and
so you don't have to.
Well, it's going to be fun labor because we're gonna play a fun game.
we are.
But we do want to talk some news, some things that are happening here and there. There's a few things to catch up on.
I don't think anything happened in Florida this recently.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing? Well, first of all, does anybody have a trip coming up?
I do. I always have a trip.
Yeah. I was like, wait, it's been a couple of weeks, so yes, you're due.
And we're here. You're waiting. He's waiting for a surprise for the.
Yeah. Really?
I booked another one. I mean, okay. Let's talk about all the trips I have currently booked. I have one for September, and I plan to go down to see the Halloween party.
We need a review of that.
That's going to be an exciting time. I also have booked December for the Every Ride Challenge Week in the first week of December. I have a trip booked for MLK weekend next year at Riviera. And I have a trip for the end of March for first week of April at Riviera as well for next year. So I have 4 booked trips. So I at least have September, December, January, and March, April all set for Disney World.
Well,
what about you, Adam?
I don't have anything booked yet, but I'm looking at October. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
There you go.
So there might be
John?
an October. We'll see.
odds are the next thing I'm going to have booked Disney related is going to be Disneyland sometime next summer.
Okay.
Actually, I'm probably going to do a combination of Disneyland and Universal Hollywood. So.
Oh, right. Okay.
Probably going to make 2.
Right. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Could do that.
I don't have anything booked obviously yet, but that's the discussion. We're discussing it. So.
Yeah. Okay. Jason is still writing Would You Rathers over there.
You can hear. Yeah, I'm typing up some Would You Rathers.
Yes.
I've got it. I've got some exciting ones.
Well, you know who's not typing Would You Rathers right now is
me.
The cast that operates Pirates of the Caribbean at Magic Kingdom.
And what is this?
There's so much downtime lately for pirates. What do you guys think?
I mean,
maybe they're protesting Johnny Depp returning. Or they want him to return.
Speaking of, I saw a video of Johnny Depp on Twitter doing Jack Sparrow for somebody, and he was like a character
Recently?
he used to do. Yeah, it was recent. It was somebody had asked him whatever, and he was like, "Oh, is this someone I used to know, named Captain Jack or whatever, right? Named Captain Jack Louis?" And then he kind of did a little 2-second, Captain Jack, and then I saw that on Twitter. Somebody posted that. I'm like,
Speaking of Johnny Depp, did you see that about the live action or whatever Nightmare Before Christmas or something? Had you seen that that comment about it?
No,
Well, they're discussing doing this, right?
of course. Everything needs a live action.
Right. It was in regards to him potentially playing Jack Skellington, right? And
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
what was funny about it was people were saying something about him being too old to play a Skellington. A Skellington.
Yeah, a skeleton.
You know what I mean? A skeleton. There we
Yes.
go. That was the joke behind it, basically. But I
Ha.
think they were dead serious. Like, people were actually debating this and arguing
the pun?
this about
You were
being
dead
too old.
serious?
Yeah, right. To play Jack Skellington. I'm like, seriously? He's too old to play a skeleton.
Yeah.
That's
Too
just-
old to begin the training.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of which, I have at least seen one episode of Ahsoka so far. It's not too bad.
Since we're jumping topics left and right here.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So the first episode was kind of drawn out, I would say.
I haven't even gone through it. I kind of got a little bored halfway through and turned it off. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Well, it kept
Yeah.
my interest.
Yeah, there was some scenes that dragged on, but it kind of, once it got going, it's like, okay, the second episode was pretty good. Third one was way better to me. I finished the third one just earlier.
The only thing about it is I think I haven't paid enough attention to the stuff in all of the extended universe to know exactly what some of the references are.
Agreed, yes.
Yeah.
I have not watched a lot of Clone Wars or Rebels or any of those, so I'm like,
Clone Wars I've
know.
watched all the way through, but some of it maybe
Yeah.
it's just because there's so many episodes I don't remember the references in some cases. But
I know who Thrawn is. I know who, several of the other characters. Of course, Chopper. It was cool to see Chopper. Some of those characters, but I'm not I haven't watched every episode or anything, so I don't know all the details of it. Since we're jumping topics,
did you ever finish the Pirates?
Oh Lord, no, we didn't. I mean, what else is there? Pirates is down a lot.
Pirates is closed. It's the new Rise of the Resistance.
Well,
Or rocking.
Rise didn't open at all the other day, or it opened at like 6 p.m. or something one day last week.
Right, I saw that.
And so yeah, and then Pirates was like the same way. It was like it didn't open most of the day, and it's had a lot of downtime lately. I looked at the app this morning, and it was down. Pirates was.
We're having a very organized show.
Yeah, well.
Hey, it'll be fun, I guarantee.
Yeah, we're having fun. I'm having fun. The hurricane Idalia drove.
Idalia,
Idalia,
not Udalia.
right? Blew through Florida and Georgia, but not a heavy impact on Disney World. But they definitely got a lot of rain.
Not even enough to close it.
Right. It still operated basically normal hours.
Yeah, the only thing it closed, I think, was the water parks.
Yeah. Water parks, golf courses closed, right? Obviously.
Well, yeah.
Or the mini golf.
Who's going to golf? The golf courses, who's going to golf in that weather anyway?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that might be too much of a challenge. I haven't seen much about any damage or anything.
No, but I don't. I'm sure this is probably some knowledge before, but something I've noticed was, especially Florida has been hit with the eyes, right, in recent years. Like last year was an eye as well, right, with Ian.
Right.
And what was it in 2017? It was it Irma? I think.
I remember Irma, but I don't remember what year it was. Yeah.
And I just happened to look it up. Apparently the letter with the most retired storms for being, big storms is the letter I. So in recent years. So yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, just a fun fact there.
Be wary of the eye.
I guess so.
It's
the eye of the hurricane.
The storm is the strongest part.
Right.
Interesting.
Apparently the letter I is too.
Yeah. Okay, one thing we didn't talk about last week was the parking lot trams coming back. We didn't say that, did we? For Epcot and Hollywood.
Right. I don't know if we got around to it. think it's been
testing
slowly
it at
rolled
Epcot.
out, right? Yeah, testing, yeah.
But I think, sometime this fall? I forgot the date. Or is it sometime this month?
Depends on what you mean by fall.
Yeah, right. Late fall. Late 2023. No, I think it's supposed to be sometime in September. I forgot the date, though.
Because, most people don't think of it that way, but technically fall could be anywhere from September the 23rd up to December the 20th, right? So,
yeah. Jason, when you go to the Halloween party, I know we're jumping subjects. I'm just trying to get to the news. Are you going to do an in-park wristband distribution?
Wait, what is the difference?
Well, I think in the past, at least when I've gone, and I was already in the park, I had to go all the way to the front to get my wristband for the party. Now you can do them in the park.
Oh, I'll probably enter the park just for the party.
With technology being as sophisticated as it is now, why are they still having to use wristbands for these to be able to tell whether somebody's...
I mean, it's faster. What else would you do?
How is it faster? Just because they just look for the bands, I guess?
Yeah.
Easier to spot.
I guess.
If you got one, you're in. If you don't, you're out.
I mean, because they already have like the lightning lane stuff or whatever. They can just have you scan in, I guess.
Wow. So Fantasy Fair near PhilharMagic has got one. Tortuga Tavern, Stitch's Great Escape area. All will have wristband handouts for guests already in the park. So,
which one do you think will have the shortest lines?
Probably Tortuga Tavern.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah.
So Jason, you need to head to Tortuga.
Okay.
Tortuga.
Well, like he said, he's going to go for the party, so he'll just go to the front.
Yeah.
Unless you're already there.
Yeah, that's what I've usually done when I'm there for the party. I usually show up at party time, even if I'd been in the park earlier.
But as a annual pass holder, you don't even need a park reservation. You can just show up at 2 and then walk in and then get your band at 4 at Tortuga Tavern.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I probably will be working until about 3 each day. So.
Okay, well then at 3:30 you go just walk in and then go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like, this is not just a pleasure cruise.
I
going on.
Plan to work while I'm on that trip. It's a period of the week. So I'm going to work until probably 3 p.m. each day. And in order to give myself a nice working environment, I have booked a Savannah View room at Animal Kingdom.
So you can have a giraffe come by and you can feed them and stuff.
Yeah. Just sit out and look over the Savannah while I take my Zoom calls for work.
Nice. Probably going to be one of the most relaxing work environments you've been in.
Yeah. It'll take your stress away, for sure.
Maybe you could go, I don't know, head down to the lobby and do it from there some.
Yep.
I tell you what, that pool view room that we had in January of 2022 was a very nice view, really. I think I actually prefer that to because you can go see the animals at just about you don't have to have a Savannah View room to see plenty of animals.
Right.
Yeah. All you got to do is leave your room.
For this particular one, if I'm going to spend an extended time on the balcony, it was worth the extra $100 a night that it cost me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, a lot of people think it's not worth it unless you get that. I'm like, yeah, I kind of disagree.
I mean, yeah, you can see, I've stayed in Savannah and non-Savannah View rooms there in the past. And when you're there for like a regular trip, you don't usually spend enough time in the room for the Savannah View to mean much. Like I basically had a coffee and looked at the animals.
It's a very laid back deluxe, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of how Poly used to be more so than now. Poly used to be a lot more laid back.
So here's my thinking on that trip. Here's what I was going to do. I'm going to go down Sunday because I have a busy weekend. And so I don't know when I'll get there Sunday. It depends on my son's soccer games and stuff like that. But I'm going solo. And Monday and Tuesday I have some work to do. But by staying at a deluxe on that Monday, there'll be after hours at Epcot. So if I work till like 3, if I say I'm going to just work until 2 or 3, I could go to Epcot and still get essentially a full day at Epcot with, some light hours at the end. Possibly if I could pull Guardians at 1 and then again at 6, I could possibly get a double Guardians even that day. And then on Tuesday, I have that was one of the main reasons I looked at this is because it's the first this is one of the few Halloween parties left that I could book in September that I could make it to. In September, once you get to October, you can't get the $10 off as a pass holder or a DDC member. So I got $10 off the Halloween party, and also the prices go up like insane in October. So I think I paid $139 for the Halloween party, and it goes to like $189 or $179, or something like that in October. It's very expensive. So I was like, okay, so if Tuesday I work till 2 or 3, and then I could go to the Halloween party, I could get there at 4, and I basically just have Halloween party. And my things that are on my list for the Halloween party will be the Pitch Black Space Mountain, because I've never done it before.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That's on the list. Obviously, I want to see Boo to You Parade on the list. The fireworks would be there. I don't know if there's any meet and greets that are, number one on my list. I don't know if I will go see the Sanderson sisters thing. That might be interesting. But those are the main things I want to see: is the parade, the fireworks, and maybe do a Tron if they see it do any. I know you can get another Tron boarding group. I don't think they're doing any overlays though. What other rides have an overlay for Halloween? I don't even know. Besides,
well, I think this year it's been reported that Pirates didn't have the live actors in it that I've seen it.
Okay.
Unless they just didn't have it in the first. I think the only one I've really seen though was the first party, and they didn't have them that night. So maybe they've been doing it in recent years. But
I want to see the parties. I want to see that. I think it'd be fun to just do like some nighttime parks, and then I'll come back on Wednesday because I have a big meeting on Thursday in the office. So this will be a new type of trip for me, a kind of like working hybrid trip. And I'm paying a little extra for the room because I don't have any DVC points. But I feel like I'm going to get the value out of it because I'm actually going to spend time in the room.
More time.
Because I looked at it. I could have gotten for the same price as the Savannah, because it's actually pretty cheap that week because it's middle of September. Pass holders 35% off. The Savannah View Animal Kingdom room was it was a $2 difference for me to book, I want to say, Beach Club or something like that, or Contemporary, right? Like I could have gotten a Garden Wing Contemporary. I could have gotten a Beach Club room, or I could have gotten this Animal Kingdom Savannah View. I want to say Old Key West was like $300 if I want to do that, which is like what we've been paying for Coronado sometimes in peak season. So Coronado was like 200, maybe even under 200 for an outer built for that week. Like it was low.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm going to Dragon Con this upcoming weekend. By the time this comes out, Dragon Con will have happened. But with the hurricane coming through, I was really tempted to be like, forget the fact that I've already paid for tickets, because everybody canceled their trips after the hurricane for Labor Day weekend. And I looked, and there were some good options out there. There was a Coronado Grand Destino Tower club level for like $420 a night.
Wow.
Club level.
For Labor Day weekend available today when I looked.
Dang. Yeah, not surprising.
It's like, it's going to be probably one of the emptiest Labor Days because I think a lot of people probably canceled their trips.
Well, truth be told, Labor Day is usually not that, as far as a holiday goes, it's the least busiest.
Yeah, and typically it is September in general.
Yeah. And this year, with as slow as the summer was, I would think this would be even slower than we've seen in recent years. I would hope. I mean, I'm not saying hope, but you know what I mean. I would think it would be.
I may still also go in October with Adam, but I think we had already discussed there's some people we'd be going with. We probably wouldn't do the Halloween party. It'll probably be more of our traditional trip. So this is a bit of a spur of the moment, maybe a little bit crazy from a price perspective, but because I'm staying in a deluxe and paying the cash for it, which it's been a while since I've paid cash for a deluxe.
Gotcha.
Right.
How'd
that feel? You won't get a $0 bill at the end of this trip.
Correct.
Yeah. But oh well. It's still a good price though for a deluxe.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what the waits look like over this weekend.
Yeah. By the way, the studio non-Savannah View room at Animal Kingdom that I was looking at today, I could have gotten it with a pass holder discount for like $330 a night.
Oh yeah.
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 I tell you what, Animal Kingdom is one of the best deals on property. It really is.
I mean, the thing is if you're bringing a car, absolutely too, because
Yeah.
if you're relying on the bus system, that's where it gets annoying because it takes an hour to get from there to a park.
When you can drive in 15 minutes or less, depending on where you're going.
If you have a car like you drove yourself or you rented a car.
Or if you just bake in minivan prices like to your trip. Just
do a regular Lyft if you're going to do
$50 a trip.
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is the main reason you use a minivan from there is if you're going to Magic Kingdom, so they drop you off at the bus station.
Yeah. That's about the only reason I would use a minivan from far away, truthfully. Just because the drop off is so much better. Because the price is not the most reasonable in the world.
It's like 10x the price sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
You're going a half a mile, that'll be $48. Like, what?
I mean, the other time it was really worth it for me was, like I said in the trip report a few ago, when I was staying at the campsite, and instead of dropping me off at the front of Fort Wilderness, they drove me right next to my campsite. They drove me to my campsite.
Well, for the price, I would hope so.
Yeah. That was worth it, though, because it was like midnight or something like that at that point. And I was just like, tired. I went rope to rope that day. I was very tired.
It's like I hope they played you a lullaby on the back.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the hurricane, you were talking about that they have waived modification and cancellation fees through September 4th. As you're listening to this, it's pretty much already happened, but that's part of what you're saying is a lot of people probably have canceled because of that, or flights have been canceled and their trips had to be delayed or postponed. So
you know what would have pushed me over the edge probably to book and go this Labor Day weekend? Because what I looked for is to see if they had enough cancellations that there was availability for the Halloween party this weekend.
Oh, right.
That would have been sold out.
Because it got sold out way ahead of time. That's why.
I know, but if people canceled, I'm assuming they would refund them their Halloween.
Are they going to refund that though? That's not typical. Well, I guess
it's hurricane. Their hurricane policy, they'll refund everything.
Okay.
Yeah, they should. So
but the question is, they're refunding it. Are they going to resell the tickets that they? Well, never mind. It's probably just going to be a really empty Halloween party.
It could be the best Halloween party to go to this weekend or last weekend. You'll find out.
Somebody will be there.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention news-wise was construction walls are coming down for Journey of Water.
That's right.
Still no official opening date or anything, but they just have the hedges up in front of it now, where you can see a whole lot more of it. And they got a cast member posted out front to make sure nobody jumps over the hedges, I guess. But why can't they just open this already? Or is it just going to randomly open in the next day or two?
They're probably doing what they've been doing with other things. They're saving it for a time period when they feel like it's going to best benefit them.
Are they going to wait till October 1st and do it on the anniversary date for Epcot?
I don't think so, but I think they'll do it when they think they need it for crowd purposes. So they're probably going to wait.
I mean, they need it now.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so crowded now.
Draw. They need the draw.
I mean, is it a draw?
It's probably not that big of a draw. I think it's more of a potential for redirecting crowds. Yeah.
Kind of a people eater type thing.
So like say for instance, if it's going to be busy, let's just say, what's the next potentially busiest time is probably Thanksgiving. Let's just say you open it in that week, then people who are having the long waits maybe or they couldn't get into Guardians and stuff, they're more likely to give this a try, right? And go through it because it's, again, like you said, a people eater, kind of like something that absorbs a crowd.
Well, do we think it's going to be good?
I kind of have high hopes for it, truthfully.
I mean, as far as walkthrough attractions go, I guess it'll be cool.
I'm actually kind of glad to see a non-e-ticket for the first time in a while. You know?
I do like walkthrough attractions. I am a fan. I think what's irritating me about this one is it shouldn't have taken this long. That's number one. I think that's like the thing is the amount of time it's taken to get it is probably not going to be worth it for what it is, no matter what they do.
Well, I think too. I don't think there's been like a huge number of people anticipating this one, like they would have a Tron or a Guardians.
And I think the other thing that's going to make me upset is that they are going to bill it like it's this biggest thing they've ever released because they have nothing else coming.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's being released at the perfect time. Really, it has no competition.
Well, I mean, is there actually going to be a line outside for this to get in, or is it basically you just free for all and you have to fight for
anything that's
getting
new now
to where you can interact with stuff?
Anything that's new now is going to get an initial surge, right?
Right. I'm just curious how it's going to operate.
Yeah, maybe not as big as some others. Like I can remember back when Mermaid was first released, there was actually a need for that interactive queue for a very short period of time. So
the super long
yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, what is going to be the bigger draw when the Journey of Water opens? The attraction or the specialty popcorn bucket they will release at the same time?
The line for the popcorn bucket will be longer.
Oh god. Probably. Anytime they do something that's limited release, they're not dumb. They do that stuff on purpose.
Yeah, I guess my question around that is, how are they going to do it as you have to walk through it this particular way and you let certain people go through it, or is it just a free-for-all and you just walk wherever you want and find a spot where you can interact with something?
It's a good question. I don't really know.
Or is it like you have to go to this part and then you have to wait in a queue to get to it to see it? Or do you have to you just wander around aimlessly? Maybe that's...
I think this is only going to be a problem for the first week.
Yeah, exactly.
At most.
See, what I feel like is going to probably happen though is they're going to have one particular effect that is going to be way better than the rest.
Yes.
And everybody's going to crowd that effect. It's going to kind of ruin the...
Right. That's probably...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. You know what it is.
The Guardians of the Galaxy final room effect of everyone's just
something
ignores
like that.
And just goes this way instead of what they want you to focus on.
Right.
Anywho.
Yeah, it's like I said, at that after hours, I found myself just wanting this pre-show to be over.
Yeah, I know. It definitely drags on.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing I wanted to mention was lowest price point for Genie Plus was this week as well. Magic Kingdom and the Park Hopper option were $20 per person. That was the lowest that particular price has ever been. Epcot,
except whenever it opened at 15, right?
Well, what I'm saying, the park, since they did the weird everything is different price, every park is different.
I guess I got to decide what I'm going to buy when I go.
Don't you think they would be a lot better off if they advertised a flat rate? Don't you think they would? I mean, or maybe it's working the way they do it. I mean, advertising a flat rate would be easier.
Nobody's shopping for when the Genie Plus prices are going to be different. They book their trip and they pay whatever it is that day.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was August 29th is the day I'm referring to. It was 15 for Epcot, 15 for Animal Kingdom, 20 for Hollywood Studios, 20 for Magic Kingdom, and then 20 for the multi-park option.
Okay.
Which that's the lowest that one has ever been since they changed the pricing back in July, was it?
I think though they're still just making this whole thing too complex for the average person.
Yeah.
They'd be better off just undercutting, just having something similar to an express pass, but undercutting Universal's price. They'd be better off. Anyway.
Yeah. Or just do a flat fee. Like you said, it'd be more simple to understand.
Yeah. So you said that was the last one you wanted to mention. If you don't mind, let me get in two right quick. Extended evening hours are coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom in November.
Right. That's true.
Ooh, so I did one after hours at Animal Kingdom once, and I really liked it. I liked Animal Kingdom.
What day is it again?
Well, it only shows through November the 8th, so it's possible more days could be added.
Got it.
What day of the week are they doing it?
That's what it was.
What day is November the 8th? It doesn't really say right here.
November 8th is a Wednesday.
Okay, so Wednesday, because I think they're replacing
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom, was it? They were replacing. They weren't adding one. They were still going to just do two, but they were taking it away, right? When they were doing Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, Magic Kingdom
October.
is not.
Magic Kingdom is on Wednesday.
And Magic Kingdom is not listed in October at all. I assume because of the Halloween parties.
But in October, it's to Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios is
Right.
the one
I'm
having
assuming
these.
Magic Kingdom because of the Halloween party followed by the Christmas parties.
Yeah.
So
That's
it looks
why
like
they're replacing it.
it looks like in November they're kind of rotating out with Animal Kingdom now. Maybe they're just going to start this rotation. Who knows?
Yeah.
And the November was because they're switching to, of course, they go switch almost immediately from the Halloween party to the Christmas party. So
Right.
there you go.
I do not love that they got rid of all of the just everybody on property gets extra magic hours. Although, if you remember back in those days, that was the part to avoid if you were actually on property because everybody went to that park that day.
Right. Every resort guest would just flood it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It needed it less than the others.
I do think they have a smart strategy in opening it to deluxe to give deluxe something.
Some value, extra value. Yeah.
And to me, I think it's kind of cheap that they still only do 2 days a week. They really should have at least all 4 parks, in my opinion. And they need at least one weekend deluxe after hours. Because like the weekend guests don't get it. It's only if you're staying during the week that you even get this benefit.
And you're always paying more to stay on the weekends than you would during the week anyway. So you should get a little something.
I think I mentioned this on a previous episode, but Universal has Express Pass included with their deluxe, right? Exactly. With their higher tier. Disney should do something. I'm not saying they should do exactly that, but they should include something with the lightning lanes.
I mean, what is it? It's if you stay club level, you get a bonus 2 or something like that. There's something less, bonus you get club level, right?
Yeah, but that's
do that.
That's less than a bone. That's like a splinter.
I don't even know if they do that with Genie anymore.
They used to do it, but I don't know if they still do since COVID. Kind of.
Either way, they're not respecting, in my opinion, the people who are paying the money to stay deluxe.
I mean, the prices are insane, honestly. Right. Like the fact that I'm calling my $400 a night Savannah room a deal.
Yeah.
There you go.
$400. Yeah.
And see, the thing is, a lot of the older rooms, especially like Polly and everything that they're currently getting, even though they've refurbed them and everything, they can't do a whole lot with the size from the 1970s.
Yeah.
You know, and
still 2 beds and
they're charging what $700, $800 a night for this thing. You know,
I guess. And the thing is, people are still paying it, so I guess that's the reason why.
Well, I think one of the reasons people pay it is we see the price, but most people who are staying in these things are booking a package.
Yeah.
Right. So they're not thinking about the nightly rate. They're just looking at,
I'm going to Disney.
I've saved X number of thousands of dollars for this family trip for Disney. Depending on their income, they don't really understand the pricing of like what it used to be or what it is. They just know it's going to be many dollars, and they've got a flight, and they just look at it and they're like, okay, is that in my budget or not?
Yeah.
It's like they're not like me and said, I got this room for $200 a night once. So.
Right. Like not that long ago, 10 years ago, it was $300 a night.
Well, I'm talking, it's actually longer ago than you thought. It's almost 25 years ago. But still.
Well, yeah, in 01, is that the one you were talking about?
Well, 01 was like dirt cheap.
I don't think most people even know what the nightly rates are at these places, because when you do it as a bundled ticket package, it's just a price.
Yeah.
I remember getting when they used to do the mailers.
Oh, yeah.
I remember us getting a mailer for Polynesian that said $199 a night. And that was roughly 1999, 2000, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I didn't really get into this whole Disney thing until about 2017 or so, right? And back then, the values were still under $100.
Oh, yeah.
So, the values are at least 200.
Yeah, now you're feeling like you got a good deal if you get it for 180.
I went on like retro WDW, and it was like commercials for when they first opened Caribbean Beach.
Yeah.
And the nightly rates were something like $69 a night or something like that, $79 a night.
I remember, I first started coming to Disney. I'd been to Disney a few times, but I was not that into it. But it was whenever I took Andrew, right before he turned 1, and we liked it. And then we hung out with Adam. I think it was right before his birthday, not that long after. And we had hung out all day. We'd had a few drinks, and it was like the next weekend you were going to Disney or something like that for your birthday.
Oh, right. And
you were like, and my mother-in-law was there, and we were like, you should just come. And so I just booked, and I looked, and at that point, Caribbean Beach was was under all the construction because they were building the Skyliner and all of that.
Yeah.
And I remember I got a pirate room for like $130 or $140, something crazy low.
Yeah.
And got the ticket package. And remember, I got this, and I threw these away. They gave me Skyliner pins because I had no idea what I was getting.
Oh man!
Because it was like the Skyliner's being built. Sorry about that. And they gave me some Skyliner pins. But I stayed, and I remember the pirate room. I'm glad they're doing away with those because I learned not to book those again because there was those double beds. Like,
yeah, it was awful. Yeah,
it was awful. But still, that was, and now you can't get Caribbean under 300 basically.
Yeah, it's like 400 every time.
And see, it just doesn't seem like it's that long ago that you were paying that price for like Yacht Club.
Yeah.
So
I remember in 2018 I paid $300 a night for Yacht Club. It was like $329 or something.
I have not seen it go below 400. I have, with when I was looking today, it was close to 420, and you're like, oh, that's great because it's like rack rate 800.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
The rack rates on Poly. I mean,
God, insane.
I don't know. I don't know if Poly is the one that's the most egregious, or if it's those contemporary incredible rooms that are just absolutely asinine.
I guess just in my mind, when I think about what you're getting at the Poly, because I know what you're getting at the Poly for $700 a night, it's because they're not even the villa type rooms, right? They're the rooms that I was just talking about. The shorter, the more narrow hallways, the like 300 square foot or whatever, if that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Should we do any would you rathers though? Or did you have one more, John?
Well, the only other thing I was going to mention was, the ticketless dining plan packages. They just
right. They just, you can buy those now for next year.
Yeah. Beginning on January
dining
9th.
plan. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're not fans of it.
I used to be, but not anymore.
If you want to prepay for your meals, you can do so.
Right. Which is even what Disney says now.
Right. They don't even try to disguise it as a deal.
Yeah, it's not
like, we know what it is.
Yeah, even they say
they don't have to. Because people have wanted it for so long, they don't care. Exactly, they're going to.
Yeah. We know you want this.
Deal or no.
You want this, don't you?
I still think even in that, I know people like it, the idea of having it planned out, but I guarantee you there's the most people walk away losing money.
Yeah.
When it's all said and
done. But I think it's all psychological. The reason I liked it before is the same reason people don't know what they're paying per night is they just pay a price and then they show up and then it's all included.
Right. They just like the fact that it's already paid for.
It's like a cruise ship. You feel like you just show up and start eating.
Well, a cruise ship, you actually do get a pretty good deal on food. But anyway.
Right.
But it's the perception.
Anyway. Right.
And we will be right back.
Teaching her how to drive. But Dad, why not use Greenlight to help her save for her own car? Mowing lawns and getting paid. She'll go from washing your car to flexing with her own. How? With Greenlight, the money app for families. Together, you can navigate the world of earning, saving, and investing. Because when you teach her to be smart about money, she'll go far. Invest in your best investment. Sign up today at greenlight.com.
This episode is also sponsored by Zencastr. We use Zencastr for traveling with a mouse, and we really enjoy how easy and user-friendly it is. You can record up to 4K video and high-quality audio, and they have backups, so you never have to worry about losing any of your audio. Go to Zencastr.com and use the promo code TWTM and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience we do for all of our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story with Zencastr.
And now, back to the show. Should I do some would you rathers? Because I think I got better ones than whatever GPT.
Well, let's rotate. Let's see.
You got better ones than what I came up with.
Yeah, I see your pad and paper over there, John. What do you got?
Let's see.
John's first.
I've got them. Oh wait, I don't have anything.
All right, Jason. What's your first? Would you rather?
All right. I have 19 here, so we'll see how many we get to. I'll just go through the order that I came up with them. Are you ready?
Okay. Rapid
Shoot.
fire.
John, Adam, would you rather never get to stay on property again or never get to eat at a resort again?
You know what? That's
That's
tough one. But even though there are a lot of good eating options at resorts, there are still good ones in the parks. I think I would take the never eating. I mean, it's sucky choice, but I think just like thinking it out logically, I think the better overall option, if I have to, is going to be to do away with dining and just take the resort, take the luxury accommodations. Even though that's one of the perks of staying there, but there's other perks.
I'd take the restaurants, I think.
You would keep eating at them?
Yeah. To me, the resorts have the best restaurants.
So you'd get to dip in and see where you're not getting to stay.
Yes, but I would still eat there, yeah. I think that would be better.
I think that's what I would pick too, because I just think we were trying to come up with a recommendation this week. John, you asked us like best to eat in the park. And I was like, God, all the good stuff's out of the park.
Yeah. Most
we're sitting down.
Well, I mean, I would agree with you that some of the better stuff is, but I mean, the parks still do have some good ones, especially Epcot.
Yeah, there are some good ones, but I could not ever eat at California Grill again.
I like the interesting ones like 50s, so like the interesting theme ones. So,
gosh, even Kona Cafe or Citrico's, Marcusi's, which I haven't done yet. Yeah, I'd have to. I mean, Topolino's, yeah.
See, the thing is, when you say that, though, I mean, you say the would you rathers. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you have to pick one. Neither are good choices. So,
all right, you ready, Adam? What you got?
Okay, this is actually a decent one. I use AI to come up with these. Would you rather spend a whole day at Magic Kingdom without any lightning lanes, or a day at Epcot without sampling any food or drink?
Magic Kingdom with no lightning lanes.
Yeah, it seems obvious, actually.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Because I could have fun at Magic Kingdom without lightning lanes. I just wouldn't ride most of the stuff.
Yeah, right. You could still ride some things too.
You would just be more selective.
Right.
Yeah.
With what you ride.
So. But yeah, you can't go with that.
You don't have to. Without. I very rarely ride everything at Magic Kingdom when I go anyway. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you can just sit and wait in the hub and watch the fireworks and party like I do. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll go through a few here. Number 2 on my list. This one's kind of targeted to Adam.
Okay.
Would you give up La Cava forever?
No.
Or only be able to go to La Cava and no other lounges or bars on property?
Well, that's not too hard for Adam.
Yeah, I would pick the latter.
Okay. What about you, John?
I mean, I
could still do it.
I don't really. I mean, what was the first option again?
You have to give up La Cava forever, or you have to give up every other lounge and bar except La Cava.
I mean, I don't.
I would choose the second one because I would just give up the one because I feel like there's so many other.
There's so many other good options. Okay, I think I could agree with that. I mean, La Cava's good and everything, but I mean, if you have to give up everything,
I would never give up La Cava. You know that.
Here's one that's a comparison of two good things.
Okay.
Would you rather live full time at the Grand Floridian, or live at Golden Oak?
I mean, I guess I would pick Golden Oak because you have a house versus a hotel room. So
depends on what my situation is, because
assuming it's paid for,
right? Yeah.
Let's assume they're both free.
Yeah, okay. I Golden Oak.
I don't know
I'd pick Golden
what
Oak.
Golden Oak offers me, so.
Is it the Royal Disney Suite at the Grand Floridian versus?
Does that change your choice?
It might.
You get to stay in club level at least Grand Floridian full time.
I mean, if I had my own hotel room and I could pick which one I wanted, and I just drive up to the gate every day and be like, "I'm home, I'm in. This is where I live."
It's an interesting choice. Actually, I think I'll take the Golden Oak, just because.
I mean, it's like a $7 million house.
Yeah, the thing for me is I'm not a big Grand Floridian fan as it is, so.
And you'd have to share the pool, whereas Golden Oak, you'd probably have your own pool, so. And it's a giant house. So, yeah, I'd probably take Golden Oak. But it's tempting to take Grand
Okay.
Floridian.
Okay. You ready
I
for
could eat
another
a
one?
Victoria Alberts every night. That'd be awesome. Anyway,
You ready for another one?
yes.
You either have to, you can train for this, but you either have to swim across Bay Lake
Okay.
or all lounges and bars are closed on property forever.
What?
Wait, what?
This relates to it makes no sense whatsoever. It's like
This is one where you have to choose your own self or everyone else.
here's the
This
thing.
is for everybody.
Which point of Bay Lake? Like from where to where? Because I mean, one length of it is longer than the other, right? So
Wait, okay. What was it again from start to finish?
You're going to swim across Bay Lake where all the lounges and bars close forever.
Wait, so
You might get eaten by a gator.
You're right. I mean, I would take my
that's
chances
not
on
very
Bay
likely.
Lake, though.
Okay.
That's
Okay. That
fine.
one wasn't as good. I got another one that's for you, Adam.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Epcot closed permanently, or Disney sells all of the parks to Universal.
What?
I don't even want to think about that.
Well, I don't want Epcot closed permanently, so I know
Yeah.
which one I would choose.
I would have to pick that one, but golly.
Sell to Universal. Actually, sell to Universal might not be that bad of an idea.
Duh, I guess. As long as, I guess we
Sell-
still
oh,
have
excuse me.
Epcot.
Actually, the way you should have worded it, Jason, was sell to Comcast.
But... well, either
That's the way
way.
you should have worded it.
Yeah, okay. No, neither one are good, but I guess it's better than it closing altogether. So
All right. The
here's
next
one. I've got one.
You go for a few.
I've got a
Let's get-
silly one. I've got a silly
Okay.
one. I told it to do a silly one. So here's one. Would you rather eat a Dole Whip that makes your voice sound like Donald Duck for an hour,
That sounds pretty cool.
or a Mickey Mouse or Mickey Pretzel that makes you dance like Goofy every time you hear music?
What does dancing like Goofy constitute? Like
I'm thinking
the one from Mickey Mouse Club.
Yes, that's the one I was going to say. The one.
I'm going to do the Dole Whip.
So you'd rather sound like Donald Duck for an hour?
Oh yeah.
Sounds like the least harmful.
And I like the Dole Whip better than the pretzel.
I think Donald Duck's your favorite, Adam, and it'd make you'd be my friend more if I'm Donald Duck.
I was gonna say, do you inherit his temper as well?
Yeah.
All right, give us another one, Adam. Give us another one.
Would you rather wear Cinderella's glass slippers for a day or wear Ariel's mermaid tail at the resort pools?
Okay.
I think I would do the mermaid tail. I think I could pull it off. I look good.
Yeah.
Maybe a little pudge over the edge.
Do I get to go swimming with it? Because I would definitely take the tail.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
funny.
I could
I
definitely.
don't know how to walk in heels. So
I could say, can I take your would you rather before I swim across Bay Lake? Because then I would just do it in no time.
there you go. Do you have another one, Adam? Or
This is a weird one. Would you rather have all your food served to you in a popcorn bucket or drink all your beverages from a Mad Tea Party teacup?
What?
That one makes absolutely no sense. I'll eat my food out of a popcorn
Could you repeat
bucket.
that one more time? All of your food out of a popcorn bucket, or
Yeah, well, it says, I forgot to say souvenir popcorn. It says, would you rather have all your food served to you in a souvenir popcorn bucket or drink all your beverages from a Mad Tea Party teacup? I assume they mean the ride one, so you have to drink out of a giant teacup.
okay.
Or a popcorn bucket.
I guess I'm
That's
gonna have to
ridiculous.
take the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I would. Yes, instead of a giant dirty cup that you can't drink
I
out
was
of.
gonna say that people have been sitting in. So
Yeah,
basically been drinking butt juice every day. Go ahead.
Wow. Again, I haven't read these beforehand, so I'm reading them for the first time as I say them.
Wow.
Would you rather be serenaded by the Dapper Dans every time you enter a restroom, or have the Main Street Electrical Parade music play every time you try to sleep in your hotel room?
I would
That's
want the
actually-
Dapper Dans.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Serenade you while you're going to the bathroom.
The better
Yeah.
question is like, what would they sing?
Right. That would be interesting.
It's a great big beautiful tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Give us some more.
Would you rather be forced to eat at least one meal per day of your trip at Tony's, or you can never eat at a signature dining restaurant again.
Why do you do this?
Oh, I mean, I could take the one meal a day at Tony's easy. Especially after I saw that one. I saw that one video about certain things to order or whatever it was, and I would just order that every time I had to go there.
Yeah. I would choke it down because I would have to. I can't not eat a signature again. So,
you mean to tell me you couldn't find one dish at Tony's that you could stomach once a day?
Yes, I could.
Okay.
Just the fact that I have to eat at Tony's every day, though, is the worst part.
Okay. Because wasn't there something that you liked there anyway? There was something I remember you saying you
Leaving?
liked.
Yeah.
Well, besides that,
I can't remember anything.
I thought it was like
Adam and I did the Lady and the Tramp spaghetti together, but
wasn't it like an appetizer or something, like a bread or something?
I know about the bread, but those were still not that good. Those were
what
were told to us were the things to order, and we got them, and it was just like, yeah.
Okay,
it was not good.
All right, I have an easy one. This one's easy. This one I actually already know the answer to. Actually, I don't know. This one might actually challenge me or John.
Oh, okay.
Because it determines our true loyalties.
Like.
It determines our true loyalty. Permanently close the monorail or permanently close the Skyliner?
Oh, permanently close the monorail.
You can't have Disney World without the monorail, y'all. Come on.
Okay.
I would pick Skyliner on that one. You have to have the monorail.
No. You don't have to have the monorail because
the
monorail, I mean, think about it. The Skyliner gets you to more parks, 2 parks than the monorail, I guess.
Come on.
But it's a longer
I think the Skyliner is a better form of transportation, but I'm going to side with Adam on this.
What?
And say that you'd have to keep the monorail.
It's too iconic.
Because of tradition.
You had to close one. You have, like, if you were forced to say we got to get rid of one, you get rid of the Skyliner because you have to keep the monorail.
Skyliner is more efficient and it's more intimate at times.
Yes, it is better, right? It's better, but you can't close the monorail. Just can't.
Yeah, you still have it in Disneyland. Anyway, go ahead.
Nah, it wasn't there when I was there. All right. Speaking of monorail resorts, which of these 2 monorail resorts has to go? Is it the Contemporary or the Grand Floridian? Which one goes?
Well, that's an easy choice for me.
Out of those 2.
I don't care for the Grand Floridian, so bye-bye Floridian.
There's a lot of good food there, though.
They could just build the Venetian or something. Still have good food.
If I had to pick one, I guess it would have to be Grand Floridian. Would have to go, but dang, I wouldn't. I love the Grand Floridian, so.
And I'm not in love with it, so it was easy for me.
I've got one more for John. This one's more John themed.
Oh, okay.
This is about IP overlays. Space Mountain gets rethemed to Wall-E.
Well, I could do that.
Or Expedition Everest is rethemed to Frozen.
Okay, Space Mountain rethemed to Wall-E. That was the easy one. Because
so you just said you think we should put an IP overlay on Space Mountain. Is that what I just heard, John?
I mean, that is not my.
John is for IP overlays.
That is not my
of original rides. That's what I just heard.
You gave me an option between 2 IP overlays. That was my only choice.
Adam, edit it out and make it sound like he picked. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Oh well, I gotta go the overlay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You can cut it, splice it in. Space Mountain gets rethemed to Wall-E, or Expedition Everest stays as it is.
It's going to be something like, I love overlays of IP.
What would you pick, Adam? Would you overlay Wall-E on Space Mountain or Frozen on Expedition Everest?
Wall-E makes more sense. So Space Mountain.
That's what I was going to say, because Frozen already has an overlay technically.
Yeah.
It overlaid Maelstrom.
As long as they rebuild Space Mountain, the track, then I'm all for it. I think it needs a rebuild.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any, Adam, before we come back to me?
I have a fresh batch here that I haven't read.
Oh,
okay.
Boy.
We'll keep going through mine while you
fresh batch.
Here's a fun one. You're now on the board, and you get to choose. You're either firing Iger or you're firing Tomorrow.
Iger.
Yeah, I think I would say Iger too, just to give. I think we need the fresh blood in there.
Okay.
I mean,
I think
it makes it
Tomorrow's the
easy for
future.
me because I don't think Iger is exactly the same person people think he is, but he just talks better. But he's also been there how long now?
forever.
Overall,
Since
I mean,
2005, almost 20 years, basically.
as I said in that one episode about talking about like the emperor, he stayed long past his term or something like that.
They brought him back.
Yeah,
They keep regenerating him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right. This one's like one of the ones the AI generated for you, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
You have to marathon Small World all day, or you have to marathon Nemo all day.
Oh gosh.
Marathon, Small World, or Nemo?
Okay.
And you don't even have to wait. They just keep you on the ride and just keep it going.
This is gonna sound. Wait. Okay. You can't like get off of it at all.
Well, you get off of it for bathroom breaks, and that's it. They don't
That's
make
it?
you get back in line to wait. You just keep riding it.
I was gonna say, I would pick Nemo because I could go run to like La Cava or something.
Run till
It's
I
in
not a
go.
between.
marathon. That's not a marathon.
Fine. Then I
Non-stop.
would pick Small World. I'd pick Small World.
I would pick Nemo. Actually,
It's so much shorter.
it's shorter, right? Yeah, there you go.
But you have to like keep going.
Yeah, but the song is also like actually a little less annoying to me.
Yeah.
I can sing.
It's a
Let's
good
just say,
point.
I mean, I can sing Big Blue World a lot longer than I could It's a Small World. I'm just saying.
I hate both so much.
That's
It's
because
really hard to
this
choose.
one was directed at you.
Yeah, I know. Of course.
I don't know. To me, I just find it's easier to endure because the thing is, like you said, the ride's so much shorter. So I mean, you're only enduring it so much at a time. Whereas Small World, you're having to do what 15 minutes each time.
Yeah. I've got a few more good ones coming down the pike. I've deleted a few that aren't that good, but do you have some yet, Adam?
Nothing great yet. Would you?
Okay. Okay, a lot of these are very similar. So you got to get rid of one of the festivals. Do you kill the Food and Wine Festival or the Festival of the Arts?
Arch.
Yeah, I would keep Food and Wine. I know you would pick Arts.
I'm going to keep the Arts Festival and make it replace Food and Wine.
I mean, I'm sure
Can't get rid of the OG.
they're both good, but I mean, I would agree with the original. Yeah.
Gotta keep
Okay.
the OG.
I think I know what the answer to this one will be. You close the Tiki Room or you close the Country Bears. Which one goes?
Ooh, that's a crappy option.
Well, I would pick. You got to keep Country Bears because you still have Tiki Room at Disneyland, the original anyway. So that would be
Yeah,
my
this is kind
reasoning.
of, I'm gonna say it's kind of not fair unless you include all the parks, right?
Right, because if you close Country Bears, you can only do it in Japan. So that's the only option you've got. At
It might
least you
actually be
can.
better in Japan. It hasn't been chopped up, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But is it all in English still? I guess it is. I don't know how they do it.
Last time I checked, I mean, I think it is. I mean, it'd be really weird hearing someone in Japanese singing country music,
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know.
but
They
Yeah.
still do the holiday overlay in Tokyo as well.
Tokyo,
the Christmas one.
Tokyo, it's like the Oriental Land Company like observes what is good and just keep it.
Right.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
make
It's like
better decisions
they
overall.
do. They really do. That's what I'm saying. They do better decisions than Disney.
All right, here's my fun one after you decide. Okay. What'd you decide, though? Did you decide?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't decided. I think
I agree with the closed Tiki Room for me, by the way, just because
Yeah.
it's another one.
I'm gonna go with that just because I actually enjoy, even though I enjoy both, I think I enjoy Bears more. I mean, that's just me.
Because if you close Bears, that's the last Bears on North America. You can't close Bears.
Yeah. But I mean, I think as an overall show, even though Tiki Room is good, I think I enjoy Bears more. You know?
Okay.
But
Here's my fun one. You're either forced to run naked down Main Street in the middle of the day,
Oof.
or you have to go skinny dipping in the World Showcase Lagoon.
Which one would less likely get you banned for life?
well,
No,
they
no,
both
no.
would.
Disney is sanctioning this and forcing you to do it.
Oh, okay. This is like punishment for something?
Yeah, like in the middle of the day,
Well.
skinny dipping in the World Showcase Lagoon or running naked down Main Street.
I'd pick World
I
Showcase Lagoon.
mean,
Although there's potential for gators there.
I would do either, I guess.
Stay out of the darn lakes. I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah, I think I would probably run down Main Street just because there's less hazards there, less things that might could.
Yeah, Main Street's also shorter, so although everyone would see you, so World Showcase Lagoon, you're underwater.
I got no problem with that.
Oh, you got nothing to hide there. Okay. I mean, it would be over quicker with Main Street, but you'd be on.
It could be because
media forever.
Here's the thing: is it could partially be because I'm a few years older than you guys, and I'm at that point where I just
you just don't
care a lot less, right?
Okay, good to know. Noted. Yes.
All right, I have another Tony's themed one.
Oh, okay. Give us that one.
Okay,
go for it.
The Tony's side is you're only able to eat at Tony's. That's your only choice. Or you have to drink the Small World water.
Oh. Wait,
I think this is still more directed at Adam because I would just eat at Tony's. I mean,
what was the part about Tony's?
You can only eat at Tony's while you're there. That's it. The only place you can eat is Tony's. Or it's got to be like a big gulp of the Small World water. Whole big gulp of it.
I mean, would I die if I drank that much like chlorine water?
Not likely.
I guess I would rather do that because it basically would taste like the wine they serve at Tony's.
At least after you do the Small World water, it's over. So maybe that's not so bad.
I mean, the water at Tony's probably is the same as the Small World water.
Oh, come on.
So they serve at Tony's. It just runs right into.
Although the Small World water, you'd have to also be drinking in whatever it is people threw in there.
Yeah, right. I would drink the Small World water personally.
Yeah, you know when you're on a Small World and you hear the little vortex thing going from those water pumps. That's somebody opening the tap at Tony's.
Oh, bro. You're just so wrong. Poor Tony.
All right. This one's not a bad one. Okay. Your first choice is a free Club 33 membership.
Okay.
Or you get to have dinner with Bob Gurr.
Oh, sorry, Bob. I mean, a free Club 33 for life?
Is it for life? Yeah, that's a good point.
Sure, for life.
I think, sorry, Bob.
Yeah.
To make it harder, you should have said Walt would come back to life for a day for you to have dinner with Walt. And that would be a harder choice. But Bob's cool.
Dinner was zombie Walt or Club 33 membership.
Nice. Dinner with Walt's head.
You're like sitting there with Walt. You're like, so what was your inspiration for the park? And he's just like, brains.
Okay.
Or Walt's frozen head.
You get to have dinner with Walt's frozen head. Or
yeah.
I didn't hear about this till this week. That I didn't know that this was a conspiracy theory that Disney released Frozen to suppress all the Google search results about Walt's frozen head.
Sure.
That was why
they named
so
it. So
that whenever you searched Frozen Disney, it didn't come up with Disney's frozen head anymore.
Walt Disney's Frozen.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more, and then we can go to whatever you have left, Adam.
Yeah, I don't have good ones, but...
All right, you either have to, again, you have to ride it all day, only breaks for bathrooms, you marathon Tower of Terror, okay, or you have to marathon the teacups, and you must spin.
Or the Tower. That was an easy one for me because I like Tower.
I know, this was me again. Like, yeah, I would probably not throw up on Tower. You have to marathon it?
Yeah, but Tower's more fun.
God. Neither one of those would be my favorite.
I would do Tower. I think teacups would get me sick eventually.
Yeah, I would have to do Tower because if you make me spin, I'm going to throw up at some point. After like the third one, I'd probably throw up. So
that'd be, I could be wrong, but I think I could do Tower like all day long if you had to. I mean,
yeah, I don't think I would throw up on Tower. It depends. I mean, I would have to eat at some point.
Well, think about this. You actually get longer breaks in between the action on Tower than you do if you were doing the teacups too.
Yeah, it's just like a minute and a half on teacups, a 30-second pause, then you're off again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, let's go again.
Yeah. All right, so I think it's back to you, Adam.
All right, I just told it, give me some weird ones this time. Would you rather be able to talk to the animals at Animal Kingdom or interact with all animatronics
Okay.
So would you rather make Westworld real or
Right.
Dr. Dolittle real?
Yeah. Communicate with the animals or animatronics.
Animals.
Well, I learned from Westworld that eventually the animatronics will become sentient and rebel against you. So, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't watched Westworld. Sorry.
Yes. Right.
You just ruined it.
I'd actually want to talk to the animatronics. I feel like they'd be. What is animals don't know how to speak English? So how are they going to talk to you?
I thought the whole. What language do animatronics speak? Seriously?
They talk like people because they're animatronics.
Yeah, but they speak the language they're programmed to speak.
No, but if you're talking to the dad, Carousel Progress, he's going to talk to you like the character. I don't know.
Okay, you have something to ask him?
Yeah, it would be like, what's it like being stuck here all day?
What's it like when your hand falls off?
What was it like? Right. What was it like seeing Walt Disney 60 years ago?
He'll be like, I'm not that same animatronic. They've actually replaced me.
Okay. This is actually a pretty good one. Would you rather be temporarily turned into one of the singing busts in Haunted Mansion or become a real-life animatronic on Spaceship Earth, recounting history?
Ooh,
I'd want to sit in Haunted Mansion and sing.
I think I'd want to be on Spaceship Earth.
We figured out a way to use the word bust again, too.
Yeah. Right. Indeed.
You know what? I think I would take the Spaceship Earth one. I don't know
What would you be?
Which one was the question, yeah.
Which bust would you be, Jason? Would you be the one that's the thorough on the... That's
Yeah,
like,
we have to
I don't think I
thorough.
could do a good thorough. I think I would do I don't know who the other
one that's
people
laying
are.
on the ground? Or is that thorough?
Isn't that thorough?
That's
Thorough's the
thorough,
one laying on the
Thoro's
ground.
the one laying on the ground, yeah, that's right.
The one that has like the crazy smile. That's the one I want.
Mm. Okay.
So I picked Spaceship Earth, but I'm trying to think if I had
Who
to
would you
be
be?
one specific animatronic. You know, one of the first ones that came to mind was to be Michelangelo. Just sitting there lying on my
Okay.
back.
Just laying there, painting the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'd probably be the computer nerd in his garage.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's peaceful at night.
You're basically, isn't that like Steve Jobs?
I would be that hot woman in the computer scene.
Yeah.
Yes, the scientist lady.
Yeah.
You know, the other one I thought of is who's the philosopher that let's let you standing there like teaching. And he's like waving his hands and he's like,
The
he's
green-
walking
the
down.
guy, yeah, where
think
that
of who it
lady jumped off the ride. And
Yeah.
yeah.
For some
I would-
reason that also came to mind.
I want to be the guy stirring the paint all day.
Or painting the cave walls.
I'll be the little kid with the newspapers.
I want to
Yeah.
be the guy hammering out the papyrus.
Oh, right. Soda paper. I'd be the sleeping monk, right? Why not?
Yeah. Why
Sleep
not?
all day. Anyway, that was actually a pretty good one. Okay, here's a country bear tiki room one that's weird. Would you rather be stuck in a dance-off against the country bears or have a sing-off against the birds in the tiki room?
Oh, wow.
That's so dumb.
I'd dance with the country bears.
Yeah, really.
Me
That's
too.
what I was about to say. Dance off.
Yeah, me too. Totally.
I mean, old Trixie.
There was. I'd rather sing off with the country bears.
Yeah, right. I'm going to say you could kind of do both. You could have a dance-off with the tiki room birds if it was Iago.
You know, Adam, we have
Pride
nothing
Wings
but high
do that.
class. That's your opening line for next week, John. We have nothing but high class stuff on this show.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
it should have been. Like, oh, there's a big surprise. Oh. Anyway. What's next?
Here's an okay one. This one, would you rather sleep in an oversized teacup at the Mad Tea Party or one of the logs at Tiana's Bayou Adventure? I guess I should say.
I bet it says Splash Mountain, doesn't it?
It did, yeah. Neither
Sleep
one would
in?
be comfortable, yeah.
Yeah, really. I was like, sleep in? Seriously?
I guess that makes sense. I guess that's the point. What would be a little more comfortable? I guess the log would probably be.
Actually, I think I could find more room in the teacup, believe it or not.
You'd have to curl around somehow.
I have to curl around, but in the log, I have no room to stretch out. Unless I'm sleeping on top of the seats that's sticking out. That's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're not that wide, are they?
No.
Yeah,
I think I could make the teacups. I could make the
you're right.
teacup work a little better. I could find a way to make the teacups work better, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Me.
Anybody? All right, I think we've done enough, right?
I think would you rather keep doing this or in the show?
I think we should wrap this up, probably.
Wrap it up.
So where can we be found out there?
Well, there is Facebook. There is the artist formerly known as Twitter. There is Instagram, and that is all at TWTM Podcast. And we have a Spreadshirt store, which you can get your exclusive TWTM merchandise. At least I still think you can. And we have a YouTube channel. And where can you find the links to all this, Adam?
Our website, which is travelingwiththemouse.com. And you can email us, podcast at travelingwiththemouse.com. We also have a travel agent friend. You can email her. Her info is also on our website, travelingwiththemouse.com. Patent pending. So, for John and Jason, my name is Adam. This is Traveling with the Mouse, and we hope you will join us on our next trip.
Boom.
LLC.
LLC.
I would say that every time now.
Is that required?
Yeah, by law.
By law?
By whose law?
Raffensperger, who wouldn't just find the votes?
Yeah. We just need 11,000 subscribers. Give me a break.